From Bakersfield to the corners of Kern County, the best moments from your Golden Empire gridirons. 17 Sports Director Taylor Shaw, football analyst, Renegade head coach R. Todd Littlejohn. This is FFX, the Sunday Expanded Edition. Driven by Sangera Subaru and Dignity Health, Mercy and Memorial Hospitals.
Well, good evening, Kern County, and thanks for joining us for a special Sunday edition of FFX. I'm Taylor Schaub. Joining me, as always, our Todd Littlejohn, fresh off a rout of L.A. Pierce. Coach, you got to be feeling pretty good, but how much of a voice do you have?
Not much, but that's a good thing.
All right, Coach, we'll talk more about the Renegades later, but first, what are we going to do?
We're going to give the people what they want.
Gather round. It's time for your FFX Game of the Week, powered by SCOE, your Southern California Orthopedic Institute.
Well, our FFX Game of the Week takes us to Northwest Bakersfield, Coach, and it was a good one. The first time we get to see the Centennial Golden Hawks in town, and they've been really good this year.
They've been very good, and now, as you mentioned, the opportunity to see them at home, I'm sure it's going to be exciting.
All right, the G-Hawks rolling into their stadium, taking on Independence, who's fresh off a bye, but this one was all G-Hawks from the get-go. It's Jackson McDonald playing a little bully ball, muscles his way into the end zone, 6-zip G-Hawks. Quarterback Adam Kopis, time to cook, finds Jackson Santiago in the back of the end zone. Santiago and Kopis, that's a connection I think we're going to be saying a lot.
I believe we are.
And look, we just said it again. Adam Kopis, Jackson Santiago, these two, electric. What about the legs on this young junior quarterback? He can do it all. Look at him find the end zone once again, Coach.
Hey, and even had to get his helmet pulled off at the end.
He's a handsome guy, and this is a good player. Very, very fast. Prince Ellis finds Anthony Rico, who takes it for Independence to the end zone. That would be the lone bright spot. 60-14 is your final.
His job is to get the ball to the skill players. We got really good skill players on this football team, and we preach to them all week long. When that back foot hits the ground, get rid of the football. Those guys will do the rest for you. So I'm really excited about where our team's at. We got a lot of growth, though. We need to get better for sure.
All right, let's take a look at Kopis' final stat line, 17-23. Coach, look at all those touchdowns.
Look at those touchdowns, which goes to show, doesn't mean all those yards, but definitely got to get the ball in the end zone.
We had a potential playoff matchup over at Frontier, Coach. Last week, the Titans got the better of BHS, as I think you remember.
Unfortunately.
Yes. Well, this time they were playing the team the Drillers defeated in the D2 championship game. And Frontier, well, they were coming in 2-0 on the young season. They were looking for more. Unfortunately, it was Bullard up 7-3 when Devon Laney added to their lead. But then the Titans said, how about a little comeback? This seems familiar. This team doesn't go down without a fight. Either does Bryson Tablet. Bullies his way into the end zone. Bullard fighting back in this one. That was a great catch in the corner of the end zone. And then, Coach, I want to get you in here for the comeback from the Titans. It's Malachi Statler. We've been saying his name all season, but look at this. Mason Tapia, the stutter step.
No doubt. Frontier just continues to battle for 60. I tell you, the whole game, and they show it every single week.
They kept scoring. This is Samuel Marquez late pounding his way into the end zone as Frontier completes the come-from-behind victory. They move to 3-0 with a 24-20 victory. That's the first time since 2017 that they've started the season with 3 straight victories.
It was a battle. That's a good team that won big last week, and we knew they were good. They're defending, Division II champs, and we knew it was going to be a war, and it was. And our kids battled, man, just like last week. They came out on top at the end by just gutting it out.
All right, meantime, Garces' weekend getaway to the coast, it didn't go as planned. For the second straight season, the Rams got rolled by state-ranked Bishop Diego. Paul Gola's team gave up 4 straight scores to start the contest, and they never recovered. The gauntlet continues for Garces as their next 3 games are all against top 50 ranked programs, including Memorial on next Saturday's Holy Bowl. Now, a pair of East Bakersfield teams welcome squads to the North Friday. We'll get to Foothill later, but it was Highland that fared a little better. Thunderbirds making the trek from Delano to Scotland Yard. Knotted up at halftime, it was the Scots' Adrian Juarez who broke the tie, his third touchdown of the night, and the Scots fans are loving it, Coach.
They are. You can see with their fan favorite items.
All right, man. Take a look at this Scotland Yard. The roof going crazy as Jojo Mata finds Manny Valeda 80 yards. See ya.
There goes that man.
Bad man. Jojo Mata and Highland rolls. Let's take a look at your final. 26-21. Highland hangs on. In the Southwest, Ridgeview and Stockdale both trying to get their first wins of the season. First quarter, Stockdale in the red zone. Ja'Cory Rush finishes the drive, pounds his way in. Mustangs up 6-zip. Ridgeview with the ball now, and it's handed off to Parker Straw. Whew! Look at him break a few tackles.
Great cut right there. Great balance as well in finishing that run for a touchdown.
All right, game tied at 6. This time it's Zamir Hall. He just pushes his way in. 25-15. That's your final. Ridgeview, they get their first win of the season. All right, Coach, the annual Milk Bowl taking place over at BCHS. Eagles looking to rebound after a rough road trip to the coast. And Darren Carr's boys welcoming rival Central Valley Christian. I think we remember those two games last year when they faced off.
Yes, we do.
The CVC got the better of them twice last year, including a narrow victory in the section championship. Cavs strike first, opening quarter. Blake Gambini bulldozing his way in, 2-yard TD, 8-0 CVC. Then after converting on a crucial 4th down attempt, CVC adds another. This time it's Caleb Carlson willing his way in for the score. 33 seconds left in the half. Cavs pouring it on. Max Baker finds Jaden Moore. This guy's going to Fresno State for a reason, Coach.
Yes, he is. He's a big, imposing target right there. And as you see how he bulldozes his way into the end zone.
As CVC bulldozes their way past BCHS. It's 34. It's 14. That's your final. All right, still ahead on FFX, running with a purpose. The rebirth of Tehachapi football continues as the Warriors' rushing attack tramples Taft. Plus, it's time for another installment of Taylor's Trivia. Tonight, we're asking who's ranked as the top team in the Central Valley entering Week 4. Is it A, Liberty, B, Frontier, C, Central, or D, Buchanan? The answer when we return.
You're watching FFX, the Sunday Expanded Edition, powered by Sangera Subaru, serving Kern County for over 50 years. You're watching FFX, the Sunday Expanded Edition, powered by Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Welcome back. Just before the break, we asked you who's ranked as the top team in the Central Valley entering Week 4. Is it A, Liberty, B, Frontier, C, Central, or D, Buchanan? Well, if you answered A, congratulations. You're correct. It's Liberty. That's right, a Bakersfield team is ranked as the top team in the Central Valley. All right, one of the best stories so far this fall, Coach, the return of mountain football. That's right. Tehachapi's had back-to-back dominant victories, and their ground and pound attack has them looking like the powerhouse of old. Tehachapi hosting another 2-0 team in the Taft Wildcats, up 3-zip in the first. Coach, it's the reigning FFX Player of the Week.
There he is, that man, A.J.
A.J. Anderson, 31 yards, and the score, his favorite spot on campus. It's the end zone. He might as well put a sofa in there and start taking naps, because he lives in the end zone. Now let's give a little love to the kicker. Doesn't happen often here on FFX, but Martin Rodriguez had that 35-yard kick through the uprights. That was his second field goal of 3 on the night. That's a school record, Coach.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
You don't see that. You don't see that a lot in high school. Honestly, 3 field goals. Tehachapi moves to 3-0, 30-20. That's your final. Fresh off a bye, the 1-0 Tigers were feasting. Wasco scored 4 touchdowns by the time Monachi had run 4 plays. Here's the first. It's halfway through the first, and it's Isaiah Juarez. Whew. 13 carries, 124 yards and 2 touchdowns on the grounds. Foothill looking to put one in the win column. After an 0-2 start, they fell into a hole early. Porterville's Jarrett Garcia takes it around the end, met at the goal line, but he falls in. Panthers up 7-0. Foothill looking for some sort of answer in this one. They couldn't find one. Same play, another counter. This time it's Sammy Alcantara who punches it in. Foothill drops another one. It's 27-0. All right, we had plenty more action around the county. Chris Burton joins us with your rapid recap.
Getting their feet under them here in week 3, and fans were treated to some stellar performances. We'll start in Oildale, where the Stars shone bright in the second half. Dylan Kyle out of the Wildcat, 17 hard charging yards in the score. He found pay dirt 4 times as North crushed Delano 41-27. On the coast, East taking on Templeton, and this was a trip East would like to forget. Templeton's Anthony Chavez takes it in for the score. East falls 49-9. South jumped out on Golden Valley. This is Antoine Jones on a kick return. Makes a man miss, breaking tackles all the way to the end zone, but South couldn't break through late. They fall to Golden Valley 28-14. Shafter rolled into Miramani on a hot streak, and they rode that momentum. Play action leads to an easy touchdown for QB Ezekiel Osborne. Shafter pitches a shutout, 49-0. And out in Arvin, the Bears taking the win against the Kern Valley Bronx. Final score there, 45-0. Well, 3 area teams had the night off. Liberty, Bakersfield, and West will be back in action in week 4. For Liberty, it's a rematch with the Buchanan Bears of Clovis. The Patriots knocked out the Bears out of last year's playoffs. Now, storied history put to the test in your FFX Game of the Week. Taylor?
Oh, thanks, Chris. That's going to be a thrilling matchup. But coming up next here on FFX, BC in complete control. Coach Littlejohn rejoins us with a breakdown of his Renegades' prolific performance against LA Pierce. Stick around.
FFX is proud to be fitted by Finos. When it comes to quality men's suits in Bakersfield, Finos menswear and tuxedo is all you need. Huddle up. It's time for Coach's Corner with Renegade head football coach R. Todd Littlejohn.
Well, welcome back, everybody. You know, Coach, people stop me and they ask, hey, what are you going to talk about next week on Coach's Corner? Because they really love your insight. And this week, I kind of wanted to change things up a bit. Normally, we give advice. We kind of break down trends that are going on in the high school football season. I want to focus in on one game because it could be the game of the regular season. Right. It's Liberty and it's Buchanan. It's being held here in Bakersfield, the top 2 teams in the Valley. Liberty coming off of a bye. Buchanan coming off of a big win from a team up north. Who do you think has the advantage there? The team that got to sit for a week, watch film, or the team that just played and just had a big victory?
You know, if you look at it, you can go either way. You know, I would prefer for us to have played. You know, there's a lot to build on when you've played because you're especially now this is week 4, you're on all cylinders, or you like to think that you are really starting to gel very well. However, if you have had injuries in the previous weeks, you like some time for those guys to heal up so that you do and will be at your top level of performance and ready for a big game like this. So, you know, it really just depends. Sometimes you can overthink when you're preparing because you got so much film to watch, and you can analyze and overanalyze things as well. But I tell you, there's nothing to replace playing, and it'll be really interesting. Obviously, those guys do have to travel down here. And, you know, Liberty has played in these big games, so I don't know if there's a big difference whether they played or had to sit.
Trophy time, the FFX Awards, brought to you by Jerry's Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back. Week 3 provided so many highlight-worthy moments, it's simply hard to choose, but that's why I get paid. Coach, it's time to hand out some hardware as we're going to check out your FFX Play of the Week, and it's courtesy of Frontier and Bullard. This is Malachi Statler. finding Mason Tapia, and look at this, Coach.
Right there, great play, and then got to make that cut, make that defender miss, onto a touchdown. Great play by him. Great block at the end as well to allow him to get in the end zone.
Just breaking ankles there, Coach.
Hey, that's what they do now.
Let's take another look at this play. Of course, Statler dropping back, finds his main man, Mason Tapia.
Great play right there.
Ouch!
Yeah.
Mason Tapia with your FFX Play of the Week.
Your FFX Player of the Week is presented by Vertical Raise, the premier online fundraising platform.
Well, Coach, it's time for our favorite part of the show. We're going to crown our Week 3 king. His name is Adam Kopis. He's the leader of the Centennial Golden Hawks, the 3-0 Centennial Golden Hawks, who just destroyed the Independence Falcons. Adam, how does it feel to be honored as our FFX Player of the Week?
Well, it's a great honor. I think it shows the hard work that me and my team have put in the offseason, and it's just great being in this position.
All right, I want to talk about your individual performance. I know you're a quarterback, you're a team guy, but 6 touchdowns in the air, man, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, I'd like to thank my own line and my receivers. Without them, I wouldn't be able to, perform like that, and my coach prepares me for any situation that may come, so.
I know Coach mentioned after the game there were some things that he wasn't happy about, obviously, in a win. What were some of those things that he said that you all could do better?
Well, I think there was some mistakes like penalties, getting in 3rd and 15 situations. Luckily, we were able to get out of them, but just little things like that, so.
All right, this program has been slowly building under Coach Richard Sterrett. Now you guys are kind of peaking a little bit here. It's no longer a surprise over at Centennial. Now it's in the conversation as one of the best teams in the county, if not the valley. What kind of pressure does that put on your shoulders as a junior?
Well, I don't think there's too much pressure there. I think that, if we just go out there and play our game the way we can, I think we can beat anybody. We can compete with anybody on the field. So.
Speaking of beating anybody, Thursday, quick turnaround, Ridgeview. Give me a little preview of that matchup.
Well, they're a good team. They're going to be tough to beat, but I think that if we go out there and play our game, we'll be fine. So.
All right, Adam, thank you so much. That's our FFX Player of the Week right there, and he earned it. What a performance. And that's going to do it for this Sunday expanded edition of FFX. For more high school football coverage, just head to kget.com and click on the FFX icon. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you back Friday at 11:11.
FFX is proud to partner with Valley Sports Media. Follow at V Sports Media for exclusive football content throughout the season.